Y'all know where I stand. I'm not going to get into the sexuality. Y'all know where I stand. Let's keep it on the level of black parenting. Let's keep it on the level of black parenting. Children, and I have observed this. You're talking to a clinician. You're talking to a clinician. You're talking to a clinician. I have seen situations where I've done therapy and counseling with children who hate their parents. I have done therapy and counseling with children who hate their parents. And guess what? One is the biggest reasons. One of the main reasons why they hate their parents. Guess why? Guess why? I can't be your therapist unless you come to the agency that I work for, because I don't have my license. But I am now in the process of beginning to get my license. I'm doing the process, y'all. Dr. Umar is going to go for his license. I don't know if they're going to give it to me. I don't know if they're going to give it to me. I don't know if they're going to give it to me, but I'm going to go for my license anyway, brothers and sisters. What the hell, right? What the hell? How can the third greatest black psychologist of all time not have his license? I have to do this. Amos Wilson is the greatest black psychologist of all time. Bobby Wright is the second greatest black psychologist of all time. I'm the third greatest black psychologist of all time, and we are all Garveyites. And we are all Pan-Africanists. I never went for my license because most of my work is as a certified school psychologist. And if I have to do any clinical work, all I have to do is get a licensed psychologist to sign off. That's all. I'm still a therapist. I still do what I do. I just got to get a licensed psychologist to sign off on my work. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get my license. In the meantime, I do life coaching. If you want a life coaching session with me, send me an email, DrUmarJohnson@yahoo.com. Life coaching for you, life coaching for your son, your daughter, your husband, your family. I am a life coach, doctor of clinical psychology, and hopefully this time next year, licensed psychologist. I'm going for the license, brothers and sisters. I don't need a license to do what I do as a school psychologist. I'm certified. I'm certified. I'm certified. Let's get back on topic. Let's get back on topic. I have a couple Neanderthals listening to my live feed. I have a couple of Neanderthals listening to my live feed. Why are they worrying about what I'm saying to my community? Anyway, email address, DrUmarJohnson. If you're a black parent, you should know who I am and you should know my email. If you're a black parent, you should know who I am and you should know my email, because I am the only certified school psychologist in this country that fights for black children the way that I do. So if you don't know who I am and you got black children, something is wrong. Let's get back on point. Okay. 12-year-old children in our community do not make adult decisions that cannot be reversed. You don't make. I always tell parents in my parenting classes. And if you want to bring Dr. Umar to your city for a parenting class, let me know. I always tell parents in a parenting class, rule number 1, you never let your child make decisions as a child that they can't change as an adult. Never let your child make decisions as a child that they cannot change as an adult. You don't get to choose to be a teenage mother. You don't get to choose if you're going to sell drugs in his house. You don't get to choose if you're going to go to school in his house. You don't get to choose if you're going to become a transgender at 12. You don't get to choose that. I am your parent, and it is my responsibility. I am your parent, and it is my responsibility to raise you as I believe you should. If you disagree, when you become an adult, you can do what you want. But under this roof, we will do things a certain way. What if he becomes, let's say he goes through this transformation, and I don't know if he's under hormone replacement therapy or not. I don't know if he's under hormone replacement therapy or not. I don't know if he's under hormone replacement therapy or not. But if he's under hormone replacement and he starts getting breasts, and I don't know that this is true, and this could apply to anybody's child, and he's getting breasts and buttocks and hips and voice alteration, okay, and genital transformations, that won't be easy to change. What if he runs into Dr. Umar Johnson when he's 25 and gets conscious? What if he runs into Dr. Umar Johnson when he's 25 and he gets conscious, and then he gets angry at his parents because I should have never been allowed to transform my gender at 12 years old. I should have never been allowed to transform my gender at 12 years old. I should have never been allowed to transform my gender at 12 years old. Block party. Block party. Hold on 1 second. I gotta send a quick message. Why is that my ringtone? Because it's my phone. Let's get back to the, why is that my ringtone? Because it's my phone. That's why it's my ringtone. You Negroes love to major in the minors. Let's talk about all the children I saved. Ask me a question about that. Ask me about all the kids I kept out of special ed, off meds, out of jail. Ask me about that. Ask me about all the families I saved and marriages I've saved. Ask me about that. All the suicides I prevented. Ask me about that. All the principles I've helped. Ask me about that. All the black people I brought to consciousness across the planet more than anybody alive. Ask me about that. Don't ask me about the ringtone. Getting back to the basics, because y'all love to digress. Getting back to the basics. 12-year-olds should not be making decisions like that. Because if he gets older and a young man decides that that was a bad decision, a child can grow to hate their parents for being allowed to make adult decisions. And that's why y'all have to stop that. Y'all have to stop that. Y'all have to stop that, brothers and sisters. My biggest concern is the age of the child. My biggest concern is the age of the child. Now, the painting of the fingernails and wearing the high heels and all this other stereotypically effeminate behavior, that's only skin deep. I don't appreciate it, but that's only skin deep. That's not the main issue here. That's not the main issue here. The fingernails and the high, that's actors do that. Actors will do that. That's not my issue. Because you can be effeminate and not be transgender. See, it's one thing to like other men. It's another thing to want to live as a woman. That's a whole nother hop, skip, and a jump further. It's one thing to be attracted to men. It's something else to want to be a woman. That's a whole nother hop, skip, and a jump further. Now, if he just wanted to be gay, that's one thing. If he just wanted to be gay, that's one thing. Do I support it? No, but that's one thing. We ain't dealing with homosexuality. This is transgenderism. This is not a 12-year-old gay boy. This is a 12-year-old boy who wants to be a woman. Who at 12? What was I doing at 12? Let me tell you what I was doing at 12. 12 years old, I was getting ready to go to the Scotland School for Veterans Children to begin my 8th grade year at 12 years old. Okay? Then I turned 13 at the end of the summer, August 21st. 12 years old, I'm up at Scotland School, Cottage 18, with Monte and Chris and Chuck and who else started with us? All of us who came into Scotland School that year. 13 years old, I was in love with Roxanne Campbell. Shout out to Roxanne. That was my crush in 8th grade. But I didn't really know nothing about no sex. I was attracted to a woman, but I was still a virgin at the time. 9th grade, I was 14. I was in love with Shauna Crutchfield. Shout out to Shauna. And then 10th grade, I met my first love, Miss Waniqua Ridgely. Rest in peace to her. She passed away a couple months ago. But when you're 12 and 13, you still finding yourself. There's no way in hell at 12 and 13. There's no way in hell at 12 and 13 you're going to wake up and say, I want to be a woman. I never had that thought. Most of you never had that thought. Not at no 12 and 13. Now, you might decide to do it at 25 for attention reasons, psychological disturbance reasons, emotional instability reasons. Maybe you want some extra attention like Bruce Jenner or whoever the hell that guy was who became a woman. That's different. We're talking about a child. We're talking about a child. We're talking about a child at 12 making the decision that he wants to be a woman and having that decision supported by his father and stepmother. I'm concerned about that. It's the age, Dwyane and Gabrielle. It's just the age, y'all. I'm not hating on y'all. I'm not condemning y'all. I'm just saying I think y'all letting him move too quick, too soon. I think y'all letting him move too quick, too soon. Now, some people